Hey, this is Mike from Inputflow, and in this video I'm going to give you a detailed walkthrough of the input validation that you can set up with Inputflow. Right here I have my onboarding form, my gym onboarding form, and if I click on sign up, you can see the multi-step functionality is already enabled. Here in the second step, the website visitor should fill out the first name and their last name. However, right now, as the form is currently set up, they don't have to do that. They can immediately click on next step and skip these two input fields. And same here, they wouldn't have to make a selection here, but could go immediately to the next step, which is obviously really bad because, for example, for this gym onboarding form, we need the first name and the last name as the website owner when the visitor submits the form. I mean, that's the idea of an onboarding form. So that is why in Inputflow you have the ability to set up input validation. The first very simple form of input validation that works with Inputflow is you can just, for any field, for example this first name field, you can just check the required box. And let's also check the required box for the last name. Check the required box. Now the field is marked as required. And then if I click on publish and publish the Webflow project, now it is published and I go back to the live form. You can see that if I go to the second step and try to immediately skip it, I can't do that because this input validation shows up. Please fill in this field. Now, this validation is triggered by Inputflow, but the design of this validation is not coming from Inputflow. This is the standard browser HTML validation that Inputflow triggers here. And once I fill out my name, my first name, and try to do it again, you can see now it says please fill in this field for the last name field because we also set this one to required. And only once I fill out both of these fields, the first name and the last name, I can go to the next step. So this is the basic input validation. The advantage of that is that it's super easy to set up and works reliably. However, the disadvantage of it is that it doesn't have many customization options. As you can see, we can only say required or not required. We cannot say, for example, for a number input, we want the number to be in a certain range or something like that. That is not possible with this basic validation. Also, we don't have control over how the error message looks like. So as I showed you, if I click on next step, this error message is the design that the browser comes with. So this is the HTML error message design. You cannot adapt it to look like your form or to match your form's design. This is not possible. And that is why Inputflow has a much more advanced validation option to validate input fields and show error messages. And I'm going to talk about that in the next tutorial video.